this show will make you question your sanity, right? This show will make you question, like, am I lacking the common sense? It can't be me. It has to be these people, right? It just has to be because I'm not crazy. All of them are hypocritical. It's every single person. What's up, everybody? Welcome and welcome back to the channel. I'm Tammy. This is TammyTalks. We are here to talk Love and Marriage Huntsville Season 9, Episode 8, Stirring the Pot Over Drinks. Everybody irritated me this episode, every single cast member, because, like, what is wrong with everybody on this show? But if you guys are new here or haven't yet subscribed, do me a favor. Wish me a Merry Christmas and a Happy Holidays and a Happy New Year and all that stuff by hitting the subscribe button, thumbsing up the video, and then y'all leave y'all opinions in comments down below so we never have to say that. All right. So let's get right into the episode, y'all. So we're picking up right where the last episode left off. So we're still at Xavier's graduation party, which I guess we're celebrating their Trisha and Marquez's son. I guess. I mean, I can't tell. It seems like y'all both are more worried about irritating the other one. Trisha is a terrible person. Trisha is toxic. Trisha likes chaos. So Ken is up giving the speech about how, we the parents, thanking him and Trisha as the parents. And then he wants to shout out all the men that take care of their kids. Now, why are you taking shots at Marquez? Why? He hasn't done anything to you since he's been there. There's literally no reason for you to take shots at this man to get him all wound up. But I have come to now realize that Trisha and Ken like to get Marquez riled up because maybe in their mind it gives them the satisfaction of if we get him riled up, if everybody can see that, like, he's overly emotional and he's doing all this stuff, he's flying off the wall, if everybody else can see that, then maybe the fact that we clearly started hooking up while I was married, maybe that won't be a factor. Because now Trisha, okay, I can pass it off as, see, I told y'all he was crazy. I guess, girl. So Marquez is like, he's looking around like, what? Because it's awkward. Because why would you do that? So he's like, hey, I'm the father. And he goes and he stands next to his son, who puts his arm around him. Ken, you were antagonizing Marquez. You're bothered by him. And I say it every week, and I'm going to continue to say it. Ken is bothered by Marquez. He's intimidated by Marquez. People are saying that he is bothered by Marquez because of Marquez. He can't marry Trisha. No, Trisha is the reason that Ken can't marry Trisha. Trisha is the reason. It's not Marquez. So Melody goes over to start talking to Maurice. They start talking about his DUI. Melody is saying that it was irresponsible and it was inappropriate because he's a public figure, yada, yada, yada. Said that the party the next day that they threw with the signs and the free wreaths, that was lame, and it was. And it was. But the Scots don't like being called out, especially Maurice. Maurice is the same man that when he was getting ate up by all the content creators for how he treated his wife when she was battling cancer, decided to do YouTube Creator Awards, in which I don't think any of those people even still recap the show because they started to get hate. Maurice does not like to hear the truth thrown back at him. It was a shitty, irresponsible ass move for you to be that inebriated and then get behind the wheel of a car and drive. It was. Now, I do know that the case got thrown out based off of a technicality, though. I don't know what it is about these people on TV that will get arrested for a DUI and then want to act as if somebody is targeting them. No. You were drunk, you were loose, you were saucy, whatever you want to call it, and you decided to drive. You clearly swerved. You did something while you were driving, and that's why you were pulled over. So Melody goes on to say that she lost her grandmother due to a drunk driver. Maurice feels that Melody is projecting and then asks her if she even knows what happened that day. We know you got arrested for a DUI, Reese. That's what we know. That is a fact. That is a fact. So when Melody is saying, well, I know what the police record said, was the police officer there? Maurice said that the officer doesn't know either. So the officer doesn't know what happened, but they just decided to arrest you? Come on, Maurice. And see, Maurice and Melody are both wordsmiths. They both have a way with words, which is why this conversation went the way that it did. So Maurice said that he isn't going to let Melody's opinion dictate his life. But see, this is what I don't get. Her opinion isn't dictating your life unless you are saying her opinion that driving drunk is irresponsible. But okay. So Maurice claims that Melody has not ever listened to his disappointments and his opinions. Well, that's because Maurice cowardly says everything behind Melody's back. We've never heard Maurice talk shit in front of Melody to her because he does it behind her back to everybody else. We really don't even see them engage in conversation with each other really ever. So he then feels that Melody has attacked his character. No, Maurice, she pointed out something that is written and it's factual. You were arrested for the DUI. You have a mugshot. So Kimmie comes over and Maurice and Melody are going back and forth. He said that Melody came over and said that she was going to attack him to his face, which she didn't say, but that's what he is saying. And Melody was like, I never said the word attack. Maurice is trying to gaslight her because he does it to Kimmie, but it's not going to work on Melody. So Destiny, who this has absolutely nothing to do with, is in her confessional saying that it's a never-ending cycle with Melody and nobody wants to be bothered with it, and that's why Kimmie isn't jumping in to defend her husband. No, Kimmie isn't jumping in to defend her husband because Kimmie has her own questions and concerns and kind of about what exactly happened that day too. So Kimmie doesn't want to be on camera saying something as factual or defending Maurice just for the truth to come out later and now she's embarrassed, right? I understand why Kimmie stayed quiet, but this is what Kimmie does too. So, but Destiny is like, shut up. Destiny do a lot of bumping of the gums in confessionals too. But then when she's in front of Melody, she's mouthing, I'm sorry. I love you. I'm sorry. I love you. It's like, Destiny, shut up. So Maurice feels that Melody was being very condescending. She was. Melody had a very condescending tone when she was talking to Maurice about this. Melody has a very condescending tone in majority of her conversations, right? The issue is y'all don't check her ass on it. You said that Melody was being condescending in your confessional. If you feel Melody is being condescending now, say it to her face. Tell Melody you being super condescending right now, and I'm not going to have that conversation with you. But y'all don't do that. Y'all don't check Melody's ass, and that's why a lot of these situations go that they do with her. So Maurice is in his confessional saying that Melody is hurt and she's looking for love and a dark negative cloud follows her around. No, the truth is the Scotts 1.0 and 2.0 have been able to hide behind the Mel and Martell drama for the past 8 seasons. And now that they are not filming together and y'all don't have anything to hide behind so y'all can sit in the corner of the scenes, y'all have to talk about your life. Y'all have to now be held accountable for having your own storyline, and y'all don't want to do it because y'all have been able to skate through this show and get paid for doing far less. The audacity of Maurice to be offended or to be irritated that somebody is asking him about being arrested. Nigga, you got arrested. Oh my God. So Marquez comes over and sits with the cast. And I was them. Why are you sitting over here? So he comes over to sit with the cast and he's like, I'm emotional, but I'm not messy. I said, you're both. You're both. Two things can be true at one time. So he wants to know how to have a healthy co-parenting relationship when one person is a trigger. Destiny said, well, you might be the trigger. So we see their son, Xavier, over to the side, kind of looking like he comes over, pulls his father over, and it's like, why are you over there talking to them? Yeah, because you're here to celebrate me. Go talk to your son, who you made sure to just tell the entire party, hey, I'm the father. Me. I'm the father. So go talk to that same son that you had to interrupt the speech for. So we then see Ken decide to pull Marquez over to the side. Why? He's not bothering you. He's not close to you. He is drinking water. He is quiet. He's not doing anything. But Ken decides to bring him over to tell him, I don't like how it's awkward. Y'all are making it awkward. You and Trisha are. So Ken is like, Marquez, you have the problem. You have the problem. Marquez goes through his same old spiel. You got the girl in the house and the kids. Marquez, you had all that and you left your family. But I digress. So Ken is like, look, I'm not here to take your place. I'm here to assist you. No, you are trying to take his place if you are letting Trisha's daughter call you dad. You are trying to take Marquez's place. You are, and you know that you are. So the fact that you're trying to gaslight him and you're trying to make it seem as if he is crazy for kind of peeping what's going on, that's shitty on your part, Ken. So Ken feels, well, so then Marquez is like, well, we don't talk. Ken is like, well, it's your fault that we don't talk. Ken then feels that Marquez does not understand the caliber of the man that is in his kids' lives. He's in his confessional now admitting that he is being petty. What are you gaining out of this? Your big overgrown muscle-ass man, exactly what are you gaining out of being petty to somebody that's clearly emotionally unstable? What do you gain out of that? What, 1 or 2 cool points with Tricia? She still ain't gonna marry you, so it doesn't matter. So Marquez is saying that he blames Trish for their daughter calling Ken her father, and I agree. I agree too. That's not that girl's father, and you know it's not. So that is your boyfriend that lives with y'all. So the fact that Tricia clearly has allowed that little girl to call Ken her father, the fact that Ken is allowing that little girl to call him her father when y'all know that Marquez is there, he's not physically in his kid's life. According to him, he talks to him. That's still wrong. And y'all know it's wrong. Y'all know it's wrong. But y'all are like, what is the point of this conversation right now? So now they're starting to get loud. So Marquez is saying that he's present daily because according to him, talking to the kids is enough, and it's not. You cannot raise a kid through a phone. You cannot raise a child through FaceTime. You need to be present. So Trish comes over and she is clearly drunk. And she asks Marquez, what state of mind is he in? What state of mind are you in, Trish? Because you were the one talking in circles. Okay, you were the one, you were the one doing that. You were the one not even making sense with a little bit of slur behind each and every word that you were saying. What is the purpose of you coming over with a drink, the audacity, a drink in your hand of something dark for you to ask Marquez, who we have seen the past hour or so with a bottle of water in his hand? So Marquez said that he's very sober. Tricia blurts out, I got the papers notarized, bitch, sure did the other day. You did that because you wanted to antagonize him. You wanted to antagonize him because 2 people have already told you, don't talk about that here. Don't bring up the divorce here. Don't do it in this moment, but you still did it anyways. Do you feel better about yourself now? I guess. So then Tricia goes back over to sit with the cast that is now all up in your familial business, right? So she goes over and it's like, it's always some mess, always some mess. You started the mess. Ken has started the mess. Y'all started the mess at your own house. If Marquez wants to walk around and say he's the father, let him. Y'all are antagonizing that man. And we all see it. Trisha's the same woman that a couple of episodes ago said that it was pissing her off that Ken wasn't getting loud or that Ken wasn't pissed off enough. You want that toxic masculinity in this relationship, in this throuple shit y'all got going on, and I would never understand why. But, okay. So Melody points out that Trisha was the one throwing shade, and she was. Trisha doesn't like to hear that, though. She doesn't like to hear the truth. Well, y'all shouldn't have been talking so damn loud. We all wouldn't have heard. So Trisha said that when someone elevates their voice, she does the same. That's childish. Grow up. Melody said that it sounds like Trisha still loves Marquez. Melody, I don't know if you are one to talk because a lot of the stuff that you do is indicative of somebody that might still love Martell too, but here we are. So we get to the next scene and it's Tisha, Kimmie, and Tricia. They're meeting for lunch. I thought it was rude that Letitia ordered food right away. Was she ordering appetizers or did she order her dinner? I thought that was rude. I'm hoping that was appetizers she ordered. So Letitia is mad that she missed out on the drama at the graduation party. I love drama. I want to be around all the drama. You got enough drama in your own family right now, but you don't want to talk about the drama in your marriage. Why do you and Marsau show up separately to every single event? We have not seen the two of y'all in the car together in at least a season or two. We haven't seen the two of y'all in your bedroom in at least a season or two, maybe more. It's some drama that we could for sure be talking about. We could talk about the fact that Marsau didn't know that his son was taking senior pictures. Ain't y'all all in the same house? Ain't y'all all in the same house? Or are y'all in a different house? What's really going on with your life, Letitia? There's a lot of drama we can talk about over there. A lot. So, Trisha said that Melody was getting on her nerves just as much as Marquez. They're one of those fake, I'll go through and slap everybody. No, you won't. No, you don't. You won't. You won't. So Trisha said the questions that Melody was asking about her and Martell were annoying, saying that Melody was asking about the house and she wanted to know how the house looked. So she was like, to me, that's not giving somebody that I don't care. On one hand, I agree, right? If you are as far removed from this marriage as you say you are, Melody, you shouldn't care what happened back then. On the other hand, I'm a Libra. We're going to always have our scales out. On the other hand, though, I don't want a bitch around me that has been in my marital home and was messing with my husband while we were together. I don't want somebody that's going to be playing in my face. So the reason that Melody is asking those questions is not because she's worried about who Martell is fucking or did. It's because I don't want you around me. I don't want you to feel emboldened around me. I can't feel comfortable or let my guard down around you because you were in my house. You were in my house, possibly messing with my husband while we were married. So it does make sense. But Trisha's a liar, so whatever. So they all agree, yeah, it sounds like she cares. Oh my gosh, she cares. I'm like, okay. Hello. Like, come on, y'all. So Trisha said that Melody was grilling her about the Maurice situation. So we're getting more info about this day. Apparently, Maurice was with Kimmie and Trisha before he got arrested. So Tisha was like, yeah, Melody was insinuating something else with the whole red lipstick situation. So Kimmie is like, I would receive Melody's questions a whole lot better if she felt that they were coming from a genuine place. If they were coming from a friend coming to me out of concern, then yeah, I would receive these better if she came to me and had a conversation with me about it in general. Melody did go to you first though, Kimmie, and you didn't want to talk about it. I'm not saying that what Melody is doing is right, because I do not agree with her going around and making insinuations and bringing shit off of social media onto like this. But I mean, if we're going to call a spade, she did go to you first. And you kind of brushed her off and didn't want to talk about it. So Kimmie feels that Melody's plight in life is to figure out if everyone else is cheating. So Kimmie said that Melody hates when people make assumptions about her, so she shouldn't do it about other people. 1,000% agree. 2 points for Kimmie. Okay, I 1,000% agree. So Tricia is in her confessional saying that Melody cannot handle a taste of her own medicine. You don't know her. You haven't been on the show enough to say that, Tricia, because you can't take a dose of your own medicine either, and you're a liar. So we don't care what you have to say. So Kimmie then said that Maurice was with her and Tricia. So here's the thing now, Kimmie. If he was with y'all too, okay, how do you not know where he was when he got arrested then? Because remember, Kimmie was the one saying that she thought that he was at work. And, if he had just left from you, so what you're saying is that y'all drink and then he goes to work to fix people's credit? Something's not adding up, Kimmie. You don't know what happened because you were the one driving all over the city wondering where he was because you thought he was asleep at work. Okay? So, to be fair, Kimmie, you don't know what happened either. Okay? We then see Nell and Chris Fletcher. They're fencing. One thing I do like about them, I hate them on the show, but one thing I do like about them is they do a lot of different activities. We do see them doing a bunch of different stuff. They are not simply filming at their house, and I appreciate that. So Chris brings up Nell talking to Lance. She doesn't want to celebrate their 30th anniversary. And Chris is like, why? Basically, according to Nell, Lil Chris has been in jail 3 times this year, and she has spent her money to bail him out. And she said the budget is busted. Leave his ass in jail there. I feel like if you've been arrested 3 times, at some point, let his ass sit for a little bit because y'all coming to his rescue and y'all coming to save him is clearly it's not resonating, right? It's not. What is he getting arrested for? What is the arrest for? Because if he's getting arrested for stupid shit, let his ass sit for a little bit until he understands mommy and daddy are not going to keep breaking the bank to come and bail you out because you can't be a functioning adult. What is going on here? So, I guess that must have took Nell's anniversary party money, right? So we also find out, that her mother passed away, and she's angry about that. So she's grieving. So she said that she just doesn't want to do it. So Chris is like, look, why don't we take the whole family? Let's all go take some flowers, and then we can go on out. And Nell says she doesn't want to do it. She's not there yet. She's tired of grieving and crying, and she kind of walks off. Chris follows behind her, and it's like, we don't have to talk about it anymore. It's fine. Nell said that all this crying and stuff she's doing on TV makes her look crazy. Your crying doesn't make you look crazy. Your crying makes you look human. Or that yelling that you do makes you look crazy. Just a clarification, okay? We then see Trisha and Marquez. They're out getting ice cream. He orders her some chocolate because I know you like chocolate. I was like, okay. The kids were supposed to come. Their son is irritated because you showed your ass at his graduation party. So that's why Xavier's not there. And apparently the daughter is sick. She didn't even go to dance. But Trisha is a liar, so we really don't know. So Marquez is trying to explain how it was uncomfortable for him to be around them for the first time as like a familial unit. And then Trisha, it's uncomfortable for all of us. It was our first time. And it's like, look, Trisha. What Trisha has a bad habit of doing is trying to one-up Marquez. Marquez can say, I had a headache today. That's well, I had a headache every day. That's what she does to him. You antagonize him and you belittle him. I'm not saying that Marquez is perfect, but Trisha, you are the trigger, sis. I think Trisha is the trigger for her own damn self. You get yourself all worked up and swollen in the chest. Oh my God. So Trisha is saying that her and Ken do not talk about Marquez until he talks about them. Marquez feels like they are playing him because he felt that the party was a bit of a setup. I don't think the party was a setup, but I do think that they like to embarrass him for their own gain. And like I said, I think eventually something's going to come out. People are going to start connecting the dots that, oh, look, y'all were messing around when you were married. And they don't want that. So the best thing to do now is to constantly make it seem as if Marquez is the one that's just smooth off his rocker. And that's not fair to do to him. It's not fair to do it. So Trisha keeps saying, are you crazy? You crazy, man. Are you crazy? You crazy. She's antagonizing him. She's baiting him. She wants him to fly off the handle, and he didn't. She was the one raising her voice. He was sitting there very even keeled, very. Meanwhile, she is like this. Trisha, I'm starting to feel like you were the problem, sis, to be real. So Marquez then said that if Ken was not in their life, Trisha and the kids, that the kids' lifestyle would not have changed. Trisha is like, yeah, because I keep I keep this household running. I keep everything going with the kids. Marquez is like, no, we would have did it together. So Marquez, are you saying that because Ken came around, you stopped supporting your kids? Because that's what it's giving. And that makes you a shitty ass person and a horrific father. So she keeps calling him crazy. And I'm like, you're doing it to try to trigger him because probably in the past, her calling him crazy has made him act crazy, right? So he then tells her she needs counseling because Marquez said that he was a good husband. I said, were you? Didn't you run out on your family? But he said that he was a good husband and he wasn't sure if she was a good wife. So, and you can see that Trisha is like, she is there, right? She is there. So Marquez said that he has talked to Chris Fletcher about finding a place in Huntsville so he can be kind of back and forth and split his time. Trisha in his face is saying that that's a good idea. Awesome. Just be present for the kids. If the kids call, if your kid, call, let me know if the kids need something. If the kids call you and say they need something, just be there. But in her confessional, she's like, I don't even know how he can afford to live there. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. For all you know, Marquez could have money, and you the stupid one sending his ass money to come to Atlanta. He could be playing you for all you know. I don't know. But I also think that Trisha likes the thought. She likes the idea, the feeling that, oh yeah, I gave him money. I gave him money to come, and that's why she does it. If you're going to offer me money, I'm going to take it too. What? So then we get to this scene that y'all kind of over hyped on Twitter, if you ask me. Melody and Kimmie, oh my God, they're going to finally talk. We're going to have this big showdown. Oh my God, oh my God. It wasn't that deep, but let's talk about it. So they meet up for drinks, and Melody comes in just as happy as pie, right? Oh my God, Kimmie, you done invited me out. I don't never get it. Like Mel, that voice gets higher and higher, right? The faker she is, the higher her voice gets. So Kimmie tells her, look, the biggest issue right now is Melody saying that Maurice had the red lipstick. That is Kimmie's issue. That is Kimmie's plight. That's what Kimmie wants to talk about. Okay. Kimmie got right to it. Awesome. Let's go. Melody said, well, it's been all over the internet. So that's why I asked the question. Kimmie feels that the lipstick questions were out of pocket, and they were. The lipstick questions were completely out of pocket, Melody. But Melody, you know this. You know they were out of pocket, but okay. So Kimmie goes on to say that when me and you talked, Melody, you didn't bring this up. Melody said that she does not care to have this conversation with Kimmie right now. I was like, what? She doesn't want to talk about it. And she doesn't want to talk about it because she does not feel that it is necessary to repeat what other people have told her. So there's no need to repeat it because you have my opinion. Melody also states that Kimmie did not initially want to talk to her about it. So what Melody is doing is using the exact same words that Kimmie used against her in that conversation. I have done that myself. When I have tried to talk to people about something and you give me that I don't want to talk about this. This is not my place to talk about. I don't want to have this conversation. When you decide that you want to have it later, I'm gonna hit you with the same thing back. And that's what Melody did. So Kimmie feels that Melody's cavalier attitude about this is a little off-putting, and now she does not think that this was unintentional. She thinks that this was intentional. She thinks that Melody is purposely going around asking all these questions. In her confessional, she is saying that Melody is a wordsmith, which she is. Saying that she's a wordsmith, and it's weird that now she does not want to use her words, and she's calling it deflection. I will say, even though I do not agree with a lot of the stuff that Melody does on the show, one thing that we have not really seen Melody do is not own up to something that she has said. I'm sure y'all will find an example to prove me wrong in the comments. I welcome it because I don't care about these people. But I don't think this was deflection. I don't. I think this was giving you a taste of your medicine. Like, she tried to talk to you about this, Kimmie, before she went to talk to everybody else about it, and you kind of blew her off with it and didn't want to have the conversation. And Melody is like, you said that, and I accept that. I respect that. That's fine. I just want to go talk to other people about it. So Kimmie asks Mel if in her other friend groups she feels that Maurice is out there cheating. Melody said that is not for me to answer. That is for you to talk to Maurice about. So now Kimmie's thinking and she's looking around, and now Kimmie, you can hear her heartbeat through the damn screen, because deep down in the back of Kimmie's mind, she has wondered, because we know Martell has cheated. There have been a number of rumors that Marsau has cheated, and there have been rumors that Maurice has cheated. Right? You know, like when you kind of have questions about something, when you do get little tidbits, little breadcrumbs, you start to kind of think about it even more, and that's what Kimmie is doing. So Melody tells Kimmie to ask and challenge everyone else that is talking about the red lipstick, quote unquote. It doesn't look like red lipstick to me. It looks like his mouth is red. I'm not saying he had the red pop like Tisha had last episode, but it doesn't give lipstick to me, right? So Melody is like, go ask everybody else that has been talking about this. Go challenge them. Melody said, look, your feelings mattered. This conversation mattered. And you would not hear from anyone else you would not hear from anybody else that I have been talking about the DUI or the lipstick. You won't hear that again. You won't hear that, not about me. And Kimmie looks irritated. Let me know what you guys thought about the episode. If you have not already, subscribe to the channel. Have a very, very Merry Christmas and a safe holiday with family and friends and loved ones and all that type of stuff. And I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.